There are plenty of human foods in the average household that our pets would love to get their paws on if they could. Especially the less fussy dogs of the home, but not all of them are healthy for them. One of the most common food-related questions from dog owners is, can dogs eat bread? It is too easy to feed dogs morsels of bread, a few scraps of toast at breakfast, or the crusts that kids don't want to eat. But is it a good idea? Is this simple foodstuff safe for our pets to eat, or are there hidden dangers? There are some different reports from pet owners online that paint different pictures on the risks of bread. Some choose to not let their dogs go anywhere near it to avoid the potential dangers, while others are happy to let their dogs eat it because they have not personally seen any ill effects. A great way of covering the issue is to replace the question of can they eat it with can dogs digest bread? This is where the problems can occur. Why is bread bad for dogs? There are major ingredients in bread that can be harmful, no matter what brand or type they eat. Sugar. The first problem is sugar. We can often underestimate the amount of sugar that is put in our processed food, and that means that there is more sugar in our diets than we expect. We are starting to understand the danger to a bread-heavy diet can have on humans, so now consider the potential problems for dogs. It is possible to combat this to a degree with the type of bread you buy, but switching to brown and whole wheat won't get rid of the issue. Carbohydrates. The additional problem here is that bread is full of carbohydrates, something that can also cause digestive problems and weight gain. Human diets can be fixed considerably by switching to a low-carb diet and decreasing the amount of empty carbohydrates that can lead to weight gain. These are some of the standard components of bread that can be harmful to dogs. But it is important to remember that there are many additional ingredients in bread that can also be a problem. Raisins. A raisin bagel can be a great lunchtime treat for us, as we see the fruit as a healthy alternative to some of the other bread products we could be eating. But they can be dangerous for our dogs. Nuts and seeds. There are many specialist breads that try and appeal to healthier individuals by changing the flour that is used, cutting back on the sugar content, and adding plenty of nut and seeds to the dough for more flavor and nutrients. Nuts are definitely to be avoided, and it is worth checking the safety ratings of different seeds to make sure you do not accidentally poison your pet. Onion and garlic. Onion is another common filler in bread to add some more flavor or texture when a basic white loaf won't do. Whether this is a caramelized red onion or some basic onion powder, you should avoid giving this to your dog. Onion and garlic has be dangerous to animals because they can damage blood cells, leading to all sorts of medical problems. Chocolate. The last ingredient should go without saying, but there are still dog owners that think that a tiny amount of chocolate won't hurt. Chocolate is toxic to dog and should be avoided at all costs. This means that you cannot feed your dog scraps of your morning brioche if it has chocolate chips in it. The issues above are great examples of some of the dangerous ingredients that can often be found in bread-based products, and the ones that are mostly commonly highlighted by cautious owner. The best rule is to avoid feeding your dog a piece of bread if it has ingredients in it that you are unsure about. This does not mean that the potential health risks stop there, however, as the range of flavors is endless and there are other aspects to consider. Gluten intolerance, raw dough, and the issue of feeding bread to puppies are all crucial here too. Gluten intolerance. The obvious answer to can dogs eat wheat bread is yes, under certain circumstances, but what about those with a gluten intolerance? This dietary need is not restricted to humans, and if your dog shows discomfort when eating any wheat-based food, take them to a vet to get them checked out. Dogs are very rarely intolerant enough to be considered to suffer from celiac disease, but they can still get gastrointestinal complaints and skin complaints from eating too much wheat. If your pet is diagnosed with an intolerance, eliminate grains from the diet and be sure to avoid bread at all costs. Raw bread dough. When dealing with the issue of can I feed my dog bread, it is widely assumed that all owners are talking about baked bread that it's on the counter. The issue of raw bread dough cannot be overlooked. However, because it can be easy for dogs to gobble up this great-smelling food source if unattended, keep dogs out of the kitchen when baking bread because dogs and raw bread do not go together. Raw dough has active ingredients and yeasts that can be very harmful to a dog. In some cases they can cause ethanol toxicosis. Can puppies eat bread is another important question that is asked by dog owners. They may be happy to give their adult dog a few bits as a treat, but the idea of giving bread to a puppy has them concerned. At that early stage of their life, it is important to provide as healthy and balanced a diet as possible to ensure their growth and development. And you don't want to run the risk of giving them too much sugar and empty carbs with bread. Some accidental scraps won't do them much harm, but it is best to play it safe and avoid the risks of digestive discomfort at that young age. The initial idea here seems to be that standard bread is not too dangerous to dogs in small amounts. But specialist breads with odd ingredients and raw dough are to be avoided at all costs. The problem is that there are clearly two different camps with their own ideas on the use of bread in a dog's diet. On the one hand you have those that see no problem at all, and on the other you have those that would eliminate it completely. Some dog owners may shrug the warning off, and there are definitely plenty of "my dog ate a loaf of bread and was fine" stories out there. Dog owners have often found their pets tucking into a loaf that has been left unattended and laughed off the mischievous behavior. Because they have seen no immediate ill effect. The additional issue here is the fact that bread is pretty habit-forming. Dogs have a desire for bread that is similar to our own, only we see it as a staple part of a diet while they see it as a treat. A slice of bread a day may not look like too much, but over time it could prove to be a problem. Especially when dogs develop a dependency on it. This is why some dog owners prefer to eliminate bread from their dog's diet altogether. With the right diet and a balanced formula in their dog food, they should get all of the nutrients they need and a healthy amount of beneficial carbohydrates without having to eat bread. Do you want to have a well-behaved, obedient and calm pet dog without spending hours in training him? Check out the first link in the description and download the Secret Training Technique Guide absolutely free. It is available for free only for a limited period of time. Thanks for watching the video. Comment below if you liked the video. Please subscribe to the Little Paws Training channel if you are serious about training and grooming your dog. Also, join our Facebook group where you get all the solutions to your daily doggy problems.